Hello everyone, this is your boy plutokillertv here, and today we're going to present you the fuck it. We're going to show you the best way to gear every single character in this game. Alright, so what brought this upon me was because every day I see a lot of streamers that will post account review in their title because they're trying to get people into their channels so that they can get views and then do account reviews. And the thing is that I go and see some of these account reviews, and most of the information that they give is regurgitated from other bigger streamers. It's not views of their own, and they feel that if you have a certain character, you should build it a certain way. So, for me, I am going to say that it's bullshit that a certain character has to be built a certain way, and I'm going to tell you why. Because the whole thing is that you are trying to play the game for yourself. You're not a lemming. You're not part of the cookie cutter mentality. So why should you make your game just like everyone else? Your gaming experience should be unique to yourself, and it should also tell you what you need to do in order to have the most fun in Epic 7. Alright, so let's go over each piece of gear and the stats that you should look for depending on the character type. Alright, so for your DPSs, that's what we're going to cover right now. A lot of people feel that you need to have really big speed and, an astronomical amount of crit damage and all this other stuff. You should always look at your character skills to see what they have and what you should build for. Alright, so for instance, with Seaside Bellona, she has her third skill, that's an AoE. Okay, no big deal. Her second skill, aside from the fact that it has like built-in arias for her to the main, whoever's in the lead spot, she will also cast an AoE with a chance to break defense. And then for her first skill, she lands target. Now, that being said, you would want to build her to take advantage of the whole thing with her second skill. Her third skill gives her 3 charges. Her first skill gives her 1 charge. So if you build her fast, yes, you can fill up the bar before the enemy attacks, and then when they attack, she immediately does her third skill. I personally built mine so that she could do more damage when the enemy is debuffed. So we went with the rage set. So if I have someone that goes before her and they land debuffs, her third skill is going to do increased damage. She also has on her artifact that has the chance to inflict additional damage to enemies that have been attacked by an area attack. So that being said, let's go over the gear and what we can do here. So for her weapon, your main stat is always going to be attack. All right, every single weapon main stat is going to be attack. Is going to be a flat number. This number is higher based on the tier level of the weapon. Tier level is the top left number here in the weapon itself. So as you see, this is 67. This is an epic weapon. Epic weapon is the highest rarity that you can get. Now, the substats that a weapon can roll are going to be attack percentage, health percentage, defense percentage, crit hit chance percentage, crit hit damage percentage, effectiveness percentage, effect resistance percentage, And then it can also roll speed, which is a flat stat. It can also roll flat stats for attack, health, and defense. Now, that being said, the things that you want to look for on your weapons are going to be attack, crit damage, and crit chance. Now, other stats that you can look for that would help are going to be, attack percentage. Okay? If you get a speed roll, that can always help as well, because speed increases the chance, it increases the amount that your character can move forward in a given turn. Alright, now, things that you don't want to get on your weapon are going to be flat attack, flat health, flat defense. If you get any of those three rolls in your substats, you're going to have to make a decision. Is it worth keeping it for that flat stat and hope that you don't roll into it, or if you're going to get rid of that item and then try to craft or farm a different drop? Okay, so in the case of your DPS, like I said, attack percentage, crit hit chance, crit hit damage. If it's a healer, if it is a healer, you need to check and see if their skills heal based off of the caster's max health, or if it's like one of the 3-star characters that heal based off of the target's health. Because if it's a skill that heals based off of the target's health, you want to make sure that you build your character for one, sustainability, and then two, to be able to heal frequently. Now, in the instance of Angelic Montmorency, if you farm her skill tree and essentially max it out, she will pretty much gain an extra turn every 2 turns. Okay, so she doesn't have to be built fast, but in order to capitalize on it, you do need 100% effect resistance. So we're going to go over what main stats and everything on the right side here in a moment. Let's go ahead and go back to Seaside Bellona. The next item we're going to go over is the Helm. With the Helm, health is going to be the main flat stat. The substats that you can get, percentages, are going to be attack, health, defense, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, effectiveness, and effect resistance. The flat stats that you can get are speed, health, defense, and attack. Same with the weapon. If you get flat health, flat attack, or flat defense, you have to make the decision if you're going to keep that item or not. You get a good amount of flat health from the main stat itself, so there's no real reason to have a second flat health stat item unless you're trying to shore up someone who has a really low HP pool and you're trying to roll both flat health and percentage health to shore up their shortcomings on HP. Things that you want to look for as a DPS are going to be attack percentage, crit hit chance percentage, crit hit damage percentage. If it's a character that has a skill that has a chance for a debuff, you may want to roll for effectiveness here as well. If you're rolling a healer or a tank, you're going to want health percentage, defense percentage, effect resistance, and or speed. So those are the things for the Helm there. The body is one of the items that cannot roll attack percentage as the main stat. Well, I'm sorry, not as the main stat, but as a substat. It will not roll flat attack or attack percentage. So on your body, you're looking to shore up substats that you don't get in the other two items on the left side being the weapon and the helm. So for instance, like if you've been focusing crit hit chance, crit hit damage, and attack off of your helm and your weapon, you may want to look for health percentage, defense percentage, effect resistance on your body to help shore up the things that you are weakest on. What a lot of people like to do is roll speed on their bodies, because speed has a chance to roll higher on a body than it does on the helm or the weapon. Not to say that it can't roll higher on a helm or a weapon, it's just that the chances are higher on a body versus a helm or a weapon. Okay? Now, things that you want to look for on your body: health percentage, defense percentage, speed, crit hit chance, crit hit damage. If you get any combination of those, you're good to go. One thing that you can do is, like, if you're missing crit hit damage on your weapon and your helm, you may want to try to get crit hit damage on your body and see if you can roll into it. If you're missing crit hit chance on your weapon and your helm, you may want to try to get crit hit chance on your body and roll into it. These are things that you can try to look for and do in hopes of achieving the optimization of your stats. Good grief, I can't speak English today. Alright, now let's go to the right side. The right side is the fun side. This is the real meat and butter of your stats here. Your boots. Your boots are pretty much where you're going to get the bulk of everything. Okay? Your boots main stat can be any stat underneath the sun. If it's in the game, it's going to be there for the main stat of your boots. So that means your boots can roll attack, health, defense. Oh, I'm sorry. It can't roll crit hit chance, crit hit damage, or effect resistance, nor effectiveness. Good God, I have to retract that. Fuck it, we're going to keep going. Okay, so attack, health, defense, speed. That's the main stats that it can roll. It can roll flat or percentage. Speed is always flat. Boots is also where you can get the most amount of speed for an item. Okay? So if you're looking to do a speed build and you want to get the most speed possible, you're going to want to roll boots with a speed main stat and then max it out, because that main stat for speed is going to be your bread and butter for your speed build. Substats. The substats can roll anything. So idealistically, if you were going attack percentage, you would want to try to get health, defense, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, speed for your substats on boots. Okay? Because you're trying to shore up everything that you can in your substats, because your main stat is taking up so much. For your ring. Your ring is pretty much the same as your boots, with the exception of being able to roll effectiveness and effect resistance as its main stats. So that being said, your ring is your second location to try to shore up all your shortcomings that are on the left side, while also boosting the most important stats of your character. So if it's a DPS, it's going to be attack. If it's going to be a healer or a tank, it's going to be health or defense. If it's going to be a mage, someone that relies on effectiveness. If it's going to be someone that you're building to be an effect resist tank or something like that, effect resistance is going to be where you're going to look to get here for a main stat, because it rolls really, really high. So that being said, substats. Substats that you're going to look for are pretty much anything that helps your character shore up their stats from the left to the right. What I mean by that is that if you've been rolling crit hit chance, crit hit damage, attack on your left, On your right, you may want to look to do health, defense, effectiveness, effect resistance, things like that. Now, if you want to make your character a glass cannon, meaning that they're all offense, no defense, then you would probably look to do more attack percentage, crit hit chance, crit hit damage, speed in your substats on your ring, depending on what your main stat is that you pick for your ring. For your neck, this is the one item that is crucial in any build. Reason why I say that is because your neck can roll crit hit chance or crit hit damage as the main stat. That is huge, because if you're trying to do 100% crit chance and you're having high difficulty in getting the stats in your gear, your neck is going to be where you're going to get the most crit hit chance from. So if you get a crit hit chance neck, you're going to want to roll into it and max it out so you can get the most amount of crit hit chance possible. If you get an 85, here, let's go ahead and show you. If you get an 85 level neck, your crit hit chance is going to be the max of 55. If it is crit hit damage, it's going to be a max of 65. Like I said, this is where you're going to look for the most of your stats and hoping to build from there. So what you're looking for here is more so the main stat than it is any of the substats. But if you get really good substats, that makes it even better. So if it is your first time going through, you would want to focus on your main stat and then worry about the substats later on. So let me reiterate that. If you are new to the game and you're trying to make your character as good as possible, but not spend too much time or money into it, just look for the main stat on the neck instead of the substats. You know, you can go to the shop in the lobby and buy a gray neck that only has the main stat, because you're looking to just try to make your main stat the best thing possible at this time when it comes to the neck. All right, so main stats to look for on your neck are going to be crit chance, crit damage, health percentage, defense percentage, and then in some rare cases, attack percentage. Flat stats are a no-go on the main stat on your neck. If you do get one and you get really good substats, I'm going to urge you not to roll into it unless the substats are so good that they outweigh the flat stat of the main stat on the neck. Okay? All right, so we covered pretty much everything that you need to know in terms of stats of gear and whatnot. So let's go ahead and go over the different sets of gear themselves and which hunts you can get them from. This is fun. For Wyvern, this is where you can get crit chance, well, critical set, hit set, and speed set. Your critical set is a 2-piece set that for every 2 pieces you equip, you get 12% crit hit chance. For your hit set, for every 2 pieces of hit that you equip, I don't want to give the wrong number. Hold on, let me look. You get 20% effectiveness for every 2 pieces that you equip. And then for speed, for every 4 pieces that you equip, you get 25% additional speed. Now, from Golem, you get attack, health, and defense sets. For attack, it's a 4-piece set, and for 4 pieces of attack, you get an additional 35% attack. Okay? For health, for every 2 pieces of health that you equip, you get an additional 15% health added to your character. And then for defense, for every 2 pieces of defense that you equip, you get 15% additional defense. Okay? So, for most people starting out the game, Golem is going to be your best hunt. It's where you can show up pretty much every single stat in the game without really hurting yourself because you didn't get those ideal pieces, okay? Banshee. This is where we get resist set, destruction set, lifesteal set, and counter set. Resist set, for every 2 pieces of resist set that you equip, you get 20% effect resistance. For destruction set, it's a 4-piece set. For every 4 pieces that are equipped, you get an additional 30% crit hit damage. Lifesteal set is a 4-piece set, and for the 4 pieces of lifesteal that you equip, you get 20% of the damage you inflict as health returned. And then for the counter set, for the 4 pieces that you equip, you get a 15% chance to 20% chance to counter the enemy when they attack. And then last but not least, the Ozymandias. This has Unity, Immunity, and Rage. The Unity set, it provides you with... Is it 5%? I think it's 5%. Let's look. Unity. There it is. 4%. Okay. So for every 2 pieces of Unity that you equip, you get 4% dual attack chance. Okay. Now, in my opinion, if you're doing Unity set, you're going to want to max out with all 6 pieces in order to make it viable. 2 pieces alone is not going to be enough because it's only 4%. Every character gets 5% except for Terran Guard. His passive grants him another 10%, I believe. So just having 2 pieces, probably not enough. You're probably going to want to build the whole set. Anyway, immunity. It grants you immunity for 1 turn for 2 pieces, and it only maxes out at 2 pieces. So you can do a full immunity set if you want. You're only going to get 1 buff of immunity. Rage set. This is my favorite set, and I'm going to tell you why. Rage is a 4-piece set that grants an additional 30% damage when dealing an attack to an enemy that is debuffed. Okay, now why this is important here is because it's not 30% attack. So attack is just the attack stat itself. Damage is your attack, crit hit chance, and crit damage all combined. So whatever that number would be normally, you add another 30% to that, and that is your rage. Alright, now, that being said, that covers the gear. So, Pluto, what gear should I get for my character? That depends on you. What kind of characters do you have? What do you think would benefit them more if you equipped it on them, right? Because we can't just say, oh, you have character A, you need equipment B in order to get C. If it was that simple, they wouldn't have made all these pieces of gear. They just would have made 1 gear set and just said, hey, equip this gear to your character. Or they would have made gear that was specific to a certain class. Be like, oh, you're a mage. You need mage gear. You can gear your character however you want. You know, what is your goal? What is your focus? And what do you look to do? Are you looking to have fun, or are you looking to dominate in PvP? You know, you can gear your character up a number of ways and be perfectly fine. So my advice to you, fellow heirs, is that you gear your characters how you want to gear them. You play the game to have fun, and last and most importantly, enjoy your time on this game. I am plutokillertv. You can follow me on Twitch, Mixer, and of course YouTube under the same name, plutokillertv. And then you can follow me on Twitter at plutokillertv as well. Thank you. Take care. Enjoy yourselves. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, everybody.